What's up, guys? This is the Rifleman, and I am back to bring you to the next episode of my Empire Total War Let's Play as Great Britain. To pick up where we left off, Murdoch Dudley is engaging the forces of New Spain here at Santa Fe. Quite a small force, few units of pikemen, but nothing we can't deal with. So let's get going. So once we've taken this region, New Mexico, only Guatemala that exists and is currently withstanding us. So once that territory is taken, then we've got all of South America. Then I'm probably going to send 2 of these armies north to go deal with the Plains nations. Potentially the Comanche, but they've got lots of allies, so it very much depends how much chaos we're ready to take on. But it would be very useful if we could just clear out the Americas, then we know they're done. And then there's nothing inherently bad about leaving the Comanche. You could leave an army nearby just to hold them at risk. Let's see if I can get my guns up here. Funny, although they're probably going to be more on either flank, like just here and just ripping them up with canister shot. I think it's probably going to be the better call. Yeah, through all American line. They do look pretty nice. On your foot. Looking pretty cool. Matchlock infantry, good old staple. Lord Cutts regiment. Sadly, they are getting reasonably outdated, so you think Lord Cutts regiment 80, 44, 26. Reloading skill is pretty good, actually. But then again, they are more elite. Now those guys here. Another flank. Another arrangement of 4 infantry. 2 units. I put my Lay Guard Musketeer and Matchlock infantry up on the high ground. Give each of these units an extra infantry unit, and start to spread my cavalry out a bit wider. That's where I want to be, really. You guys there. Massed musketry. Lord Cutts regiment, stay behind the gun. Cavalry position on each flank. German will get up here. They aren't actually moving towards us. We are going to be able to set up our artillery the way we want. Which case, guns up like so. Something like that. And just wait for the artillery to join them. Can't make them run. They're both 18 pounders. Until the artillery comes up, I don't think they're going to really push us. So we got plenty of time. Although when the artillery does set up, they are going to be moving pretty rapidly. These guns may end up being not used if we push hard for this flank, left flank. We might have to swing our right flank forward. In those guns all the way around. Go. Slight rise in the ground. Just a slight rise. Luckily, the AI seems to not mind. Wager you guys are going to be similar. Although in your case it looked like the artillery is just bugged anyway, in which case the infantry will advance zone. Very rapid. Already opening up on the flank. These Colonial Musketeers do look great. And let's engage that pike block. That's more like it. Although they really don't appear to be that bothered about. I think it's because they're still trying to form up. They're not going to be bothered. My grenadiers are going to go up there and have some fun. Grenades! Frag out! That's so damaging. Push my cav forward to go deal with their provincial cav. Run my grenadiers in because they're about to be charged by the pikemen. So let's get these men formed up and they can start hucking grenades. Here they come. Come on, gentlemen. Frag out. 100 or so pikemen killed. A friendly fire here, I think. Okay, you men, start firing at will normally now. Push forward. Ceasefire the guns. Pistoliers, engage that provincial cav. Bring the general over here. Bring both these infantry units down onto this flank. Getting a few of these soldiers, these cavalrymen, as they fall back. Get your grenades out. They'll just about come into range. Go on, Herbert Jeffrey. Evaded it. I'll bring my cavalry back. They're going to pop into these cavalry, into these pikemen and just finish them off, but probably want to go for the general's staff. Okay, let's start working. Yeah, we can try and get these gunners involved. No. Why did you detach? Go after that general staff. Pistoliers get into formation, start putting volleys into the flank of this colonial militia. Nope, these cavalry, these artillery's not in a good spot. Run my grenadiers up onto the flank of the farmers from Spain. Throw the pistoliers in. Come on, kill that general. Got him. Attack the armed citizenry. And again, they do have spears, so they might actually be able to do some damage. Send in the other cavalry unit, we'll mop them up. And there we go, they're dealt with. Grenades! Keep throwing! Pour it on them! Let them have it! Come on! You men ready? Frag out! Take that, farmers from Spain. You try to just give them a volley. Burn your line, try to form square. Was not enough. Farmers are running. There we go. Pistoliers did lose a lot though. But that is everybody fleeing the action. Nice. Nice bit of undulating terrain. There we go. Very good. Yet another territory falls to the British Empire. A little bit more income. I think we end up getting 2 towns and a tobacco plantation, I think. in the long run when the settlement is developed. Like I say, I do want really start upping the pressure in India. I'm interested to watch the situation in Europe kind of unravel and attacking Europe on an ad hoc basis as and where we are drawn in. Right now, we've got the Iberian Peninsula, that's pretty strong. I could attack Morocco and consolidate the North African coast. Oop. Light Dragoons, Pistoliers, Grenadiers got a bunch of kills. From... No, that is 4 to 5. Oh. Good experience. So, get rid of the barracks, because I don't want a barracks. Get replenishing. Oh no, okay, it is just the one town, but we still get the plantation. Get that upgraded, let's get the roads upgraded, just immediately off the bat. Pop growth is strong, because there's a lot of amount of immigration from home theatre. Our cultural bonus growth is... You can't export Santa Fe enough. Export cotton enough, tobacco rather, fast enough. Can we leave? -6. No, we cannot. Not until we've turned the population more English. Yeah, we need to make sure we get rid of that school. Will really help us maintain control. Or get control, I should say. Not there yet. Meanwhile, Edward Braddock. Best gun team we've got now, a 12-pounder, just a 12-pounder foot battery. In terms of like medium artillery. So if we see 12-pounder foot battery, 825 range, 53 accuracy. So similar range, just better accuracy than the 12-pounder English field artillery. How many of those have we got? Just the one more. Probably. Now, slowly build this army up. Probably fill in this spot in like a craft workshop. One thing I can't build. Let's replenish Elvin Webster. I know they've had a boring duty where they're holding the front, but I was anticipating the French coming down and doing a bit more work. I would like to take out Naples, really, if I... There is this Spanish fleet, but they know they can't make it past our heavy fleet. Still, let's hit N10. Pushing up to infiltrate Brandenburg, however it hasn't worked. Yes, these are Spanish troops rather than new Spanish troops in Mexico that are raiding us. Peace, I bet you want peace. Not going to get it, see. Sending their men forward to desperately try and steal some of our technology. That army to the west is not going to help you. Okay. Noblemen. Oh, Carolinas. We'll get up to Riviere. Astronomical aberration. New town emerges. Little Rock, Lower Louisiana. Let's craft workshop. James Puckle died in Oxford. Enemy raid. So I think. We made a big enough dent in the culture and leave. These guys are going to come south. Try interfere with some of these Spanish troops, because right now we can't actually, unless we recruit. Do some militia to try garrison this to allow us to get out. Probably get a new government building first. New trip is going to go after Antigua.
Settlement under siege.
Probably build.
Where to, Captain?
The limit how many 98 gunship of the lines we can. Second rate Tiger, building another second. Another second rate, that's still 7 grand. Upgrade the port of Cartagena. Bartholomew Green was spotted trying to infiltrate Berlin. Infiltrate again. No villages left to grow in Mexico, so we don't need the farms here. Formerly, roads. Excellent. Go de la Hacha is going to grow, and is that a second? This is why Colombia is so valuable. You've got 1, 2, 3 towns, plus 2 ports, plus these 3 mines as well. So Bogota is really going to start popping. Build tax unit. Little bit of extra growth. Public servant dies. 2 of them. Archibald Bristow. 1 treasury plus 1 army, but my treasury ministers and army minister are both really good, so just gonna have to try and keep kicking this chap, because losing or not having a good Americas minister is not great when you own most of the Americas. Oh, this is worth pointing out as well. Good empire, because you've got trade, but you've also got trade bonuses. You stack up through maintaining trade allowances, and you've got Sweden, Denmark, Genoa. Well, like Sweden is this Swedish trade is worth nearly 25,000, and the bonus is nearly 8 grand. Is just on the long-term trading partner bonus, and it's exactly the same for the Ottomans. Nearly more than 9,000 of that is just from trade bonus. So these do start to really add up to a serious amount of cash.
Ready and waiting.
Spanish troops are going to raid. That's okay. We can't really do much about it until we get a garrison stood up in New Mexico, because I'm not losing that territory. And I just realised, I've not spent all my money, and B, I've not attacked. What the hell? That was a big brain fart on my position. Holy smokes. Massive brain fart. God, I'm only a quarter of my way through my first cup of coffee today. Marching desperately to try save the city, but it's not going to happen. Right. Okay, any raid at Tampico. You're going to come down from the north. That'll take a few turns. Intellectual advance. We've researched conscription. So conscription's one of these funky technologies here. It just reduces our recruitment cost for infantry, which is great. They went on to Dundee went on to do citizenship. I don't want it to do. I'll get Dundee to research. It's mostly money, really, more than pop growth now. The division of labour is pretty strong, but it's quite far away. Let's get machine tools because of the bonuses to wealth plus the bonus towards recruitment cost. See? Right, so they need a serious chunk of a garrison here. We want my army to actually be able to leave anytime. Upgrade a port. We'll upgrade a road and upgrade a port. Do. Probably knock out some of these government buildings at the top of the map, which we're going to would have forgotten about for a long time. Let's get a gold shaft with a steam pump. Plus a weaving. Actually, let's not get the mill because we attack Antigua first.
They hide
And we'll need to
behind
reinforce this army. Come on, Heliotrope. Let us take one more city together. We'll march forward. Take another territory, knock out another faction. Then we'll probably get these armies to sail up to Boston, get their artillery upgraded, some of their infantry upgraded where possible. We'll probably keep one in the Americas as a sort of a first response. But the others can probably be sent to India. This whole time I probably could still be standing up more colonial armies out of Bengal. But I do also want to land in the south. Oh my. If they want to go around, it's a long trip. Come straight at us, they have to come up here. Oh my lord. Create a bit of a death valley there, plus another gun team further to the rear. We might create one here, build a gun team here. And we can cover this breach with infantry. Bit of a line out on the west. Keep the Great Plains warriors back behind the guns. Really, most of our cavalry can... Let's put all of my yeomanry out here. This is one thing I noticed. Yeomanry, the melee defense, even on basic yeomanry, I mean, granted here it's been buffed by the experience. But the melee defense of, see thing, level experience 3 yeomanry, defense 17. I think the base stat's 15 compared to level 3 colonial horse, where it's 13. Granted, the charge bonus is a lot worse than colonial horse, but my god, how sturdy. Another cavalry hold its position. To be honest, they can probably position here and fire over the heads of the infantry pretty safely. Ah. Oh no, they are coming. Sweet. Thank God. Goes to show how enormous these maps have become. Even these guns with round shots still are miles away from being able to engage. But we'll soon get there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop the recording and bring you guys back when battle is joined. So see you in a second, everyone. Okie dokie, so I started to get a bit worried because there was a bunch of guys. So they're forming up a regular line. But a bunch of guys were coming up here and I thought, oh, they're going to come up and around the edge maybe because they can't. Might have been able to. They can crest this gap. Bit of a risk if they do, but it looks like they are going to do exactly what I was hoping they'd do because this entire time my artillery was just blowing them to pieces. So. I mean, they might still do it. They might creep up this part of the slope. Maybe. They're only heading that way. troops over here. It looks like that is where they're heading. More of them working it out. They come. You're in range of canister shot. These men here. Advance. Pull the you know what it is tempting to do? Just charge down into them. Stony little horse. Ride now. Like the Lord of the Rings. The two towers, they're charging down the hill. Great Plains warriors. Come down. A lot of kills. Come on, Great Plains warriors, you guys can start hacking them up as well. You broke one. Come on, Great Plains warriors, they're only colonial musketeers. Maybe put Mr. Heliotrope over here as well. Hacking our way through. Yes. A lot of stakes over here, so we're going to lose some of our cavalrymen. But we've got pikemen in the mix. Come on, Heliotrope, get over here. Let's add some extra infantry to this mass here. Run along the stakes rather than through the stakes, especially because there's armoured pikemen right there. Human charge into the pikemen, colonial cavalry, get them in their flank. That didn't quite go to plan. Now it will. Now they're not looking our way for the charge. There we go. Now they've turned about. And we've got them hit from multiple angles. They got to break soon. Get a few cavalry into their side. And this is not going to go great in the long term. Gold streamers. This is the whole mass of their armies over here now. Push forward, mate. All the irregulars. This infantry needs to storm into these squares and break them, because our cavalry is not going to be able to do that. Get my maritime regiment within point blank range of that square and start hucking grenades. Gold streamers are just going to storm into the square. All of you men bayonet charge the colonial pikes. One unit into the rear. Get these 2 units to push forward. They did quite well putting these defensive positions of pikes up. 4 pike unit. There it goes. Stop the artillery fire. Oh, fire at will. On basking where it is. Great Plains warriors are chasing down the colonists. The cavalry has to pin those pikemen, as bad of an idea as it is. But their formation's pretty weak. My cavalry's breaking them up already. There they go. Being ridden down like dogs. Excellent. There goes New Spain. That's been taken care of. Then, yeah, we just have to clear out the last of the new Spaniards. And then get some of these forces tooled around ready to fight. Ready to fight in India. We need to maintain a strong front line near Calcutta, because that is going to draw them towards us like moths to the flame. All the meanwhile, we want to be landing troops around the coast, as well as cutting them off from international trade. And once we start capturing their territories, gain us lots more trade goods. Rid of the government building, get army replenished. Excellent, so that somewhere should... Nation destroyed, New Spain. Dealt with all this stuff. I'm not going to build anything here because it's just going to get raided by Spanish troops. You, George Wade, make for Campeche. I don't think we necessarily need as a military shipyard because we've already got one in this. These high-level military buildings, you can still recruit 4th rates. Then again, I suppose there's no harm in having it as a military port. So we do still have 2 trade ports here attached to Mexico. Get a barracks. Get a magistrate in the city itself. But yes, let's get you... Get you up to this port, because it will become a port, I expect. 4 turns. Then we can get you shipped up to Boston, get your army retooled with new artillery, and get you sent back out.
Rest a little.
I keep saying it. I was so expectant of France to actually come and do something. Spanish army as well. I expected them to come and do something, but I suppose not. New town emerges, Rio de la Hacha. Here we go. Let's build a trade port. Upgrade this trade port. Let's slooped off. Robert Watson. Sickley. Fine. Light infantry doctrine has been. That means
Lord.
this army here, for example. Light foot. Then probably full units. Those not. But what this army does need is howitzers. Two field artillery pieces, 2 howitzers. Probably enough. You've already got 4 cavalry. Space for 5 more things. Get 2 units of light foot. A couple of units of regiment of foot. You've already got a couple of more elite line infantry. Plus Royal British Grenadiers. We've got the British Museum. Excellent. Reduce a significant reduction to cultural unrest. Some good happiness bonuses. We do lose some tax income, but our rate is greater. Our wealth is greater. More gentlemen. Not to like. Go all the way. Let's Weaver's Cottage. Dry dock. Yeah. Morocco is quite beastly, although they are being attrited through depletions. So. Get a great arse. Ooh, first of all, port. Go. And then strike anywhere. Tigua needs roads, and Tigua needs a magistrate.
Any further orders?
-2, I expect. If I get another batch of militia, that will be enough.
Your orders, Your Majesty.
Because I want to send my army out to go plundering. If I get rid of the artillery,
Your Majesty.
still doesn't get us there. Start chasing these down.
Your orders, Your Majesty.
You're coming in from the north. We can probably repair that cotton plantation. Raid the port here. Station. Stables. Probably not a huge amount we can do for 4,000. Upgrade the barracks in Trincomalee, but what we definitely do. Aaron Shays.
More orders. Ready and
Give
waiting
you-
for orders. Any further orders? By the left. March. Men. Forward.
Start to actually give you recruit another army. Yeomanry, East Indian Cavalry, European Indian Light Infantry. That.
Orders. Orders, Captain.
1 second. Oh, it's a second rate of the Caribbean Sea.
Aye, sir.
Excellent. You have another actual. What? Caribbean squadron, do I not? Or Druk, I do. Horatio Ashcroft. East of. Good, okay, let's hit in turn.
Drop anchor.
Second rates are the slab-sided killers. If we can get the Americas pacified, we can then look at declaring war on Marathas. There you go, now they are no longer on strike. Meanwhile, this army can run around
Unconquered.
mopping up the Spanish armies.
Undaunted. Undefeated.
Excellent.
Men, forward.
I'll recruit troops.
Your orders, Your Majesty.
Cotton plantation, let's straight on. Yeah, we've already got a magistrate. Let's get a craft workshop. This territory booming.
You're humble, sir.
Ah. Never enough. Good. Governor's Council building. I need to upgrade you to Governor's Apartments, and then let those territories have government building. Then they are done. Road upgrades. 56,000 is what we're on for the time. Oh, just a second, guys. And I am back. Sorry about that. Right, back over to India.
Yes.
So, recruiting some cavalry. Should be upgrading our field artillery anyway, so we can probably stand to be disbanded for now.
Your orders, Your Majesty.
Waiting for those last remnants to be did. I think though it's high time that we did just push Yours Mitchell forward to attack this Spanish force. Let's just get rid of them. So they've got two 74 gun ships to the line, one fire ship to be wary of. But apart from that, we should sweep them clear and then knock out this Spanish force. And then put these Spanish ports under blockade until we've got fresh blockading forces ready to get out there. Then ultimately, this army that's being recruited in London, they may end up attacking Naples just to get rid of the Spanish threat in the Mediterranean completely. So, first of all, this Tiger, my second-rate ship of the line. But Tiger plus Defiance plus HMS Elizabeth. Them together as one squadron. My galleon, another fourth rate. Another squadron. close the distance. In traditional AI fashion, they do not want to behave normally there with the wind. Galleon is firing off rounds. Fireship is Brig of War. Fireship is moving at a reasonable clip though. 24 gunship of the line is in a position to start picking off some of my smaller ships. However, the other squadrons aren't going to be. The heavy hitters are still going to get into position, but these chaps might be in for a rough time of it. At least for the time being. Fire chain, just see if we can sweep any of the chains, any of the masts off the fire ship. The galleon's going to get raked. Nothing we can do about it. Wavering, understandably. That's a lot of fire for her to be under. The fire ship is out of commission. Let's keep this fleet going. However, we do now want to start picking on the back of some of these ships. Keep sailing on through. Fire a round shot actually, just straight into her stern. Some of these light ships starting to play with my heavy formation. Fire chain, see if you can do some damage to her masts. Good hits, but not enough. Let's keep these ships on the move. Not keep engaging in this manner, just keep going, keep moving. Move over here, this squadron's going to move up and provide some extra support. Bit of time actually. Bit of time. They unsurprisingly want to focus on my smaller ships of the line. Are attempting to work their way around. Get these ships swing around because they are the faster ships. We do that with my heavy hitters. It's going to take a bit of time, but we will also have element of the weather gauge. Because you better stay here just firing on this ship. Broadside port ready. Routing. There we go. If these third-rate ships of the line can get about face and sailing full speed. Fire chain. If you can. No, she's fighting it. Full sail, friends. Oh. Now the eagle-eyed amongst you will realise this wasn't the battle we left before. No, it wasn't, because I've had 2 crashed to desktops now fighting this battle, and I've only just started it now because this is the first time I've actually seen one of these ships in this mod actually catch fire. And I thought that was pretty neat. But yep, we've had a couple of crashes, so lots of the decisions I made on the campaign map are no longer... they are not the same decisions that I've made before. So we've got Tiger, our second-rate ship of the line, is sailing up into the mouth of these 2 third-rates. That's not great. They put the fire out. Not great, she's being ambushed at the head of her line. This is why we've got these other 74-gun ships sailing up behind her. And Lawrence, let's get you firing chains, so when you're in position you can just try and hit some of the masts of the brig of war. Fire ships moving into our galleon. First of all, it'd be interesting to see if the AI can deploy them. Let's watch it deploy. Break off from the line and get ahead of these ships. Fire ships broken. We get Tiger to fire chain shot. Rolter to wrap up this chap. Fire, good. Okay, so the 74-gun ships were actually not routing, they're just disengaging, in which case take the opportunity to start mopping up some of these smaller ships. Good hit into this forward gunners. Spin your ship about, although you wouldn't have reloaded it. on ahead. Mixed formations. Everybody's firing round shot. I'm only just going to increase time compression because right now, until battle gets joined again, it's galleon firing chain shot. And turning in. You just drop anchor there, just keep firing. Shot the rear mast off of Jesus Maria. Jesus Maria! Get turning, boy. You better fire chain shot ready to fire right into side. And keep. There we go. Jesus Maria's lost her foremast. Foremast is gone. Pummeling her with round shots. So your broadside's being expended. Turn right. Load broadside. On Argo, cut her off. Go combat you. Got across her stern. Pick them off. Mast gunnery. Firing into her stern. See if we can knock out a mast. Top half of her main mast. That ship's done for. Not long till she surrenders. Alliance is going to cut across her stern. Routing, that's not enough. I want you to surrender. Ships here are fast enough, they will track you down. Defiance gonna keep pummeling shots into her. Gibraltar's moving up. HMS Elizabeth, our Admiral's flagship, is keeping pace. Probably try and cut in front of her, see if you can slow her down some. Gives Gibraltar the 4th rate ship of the line. Okay, see if you can slow her down. Nice. After 2 false starts, finally got it. Got the fleet destroyed. There we go. Really nice. So, let's get going. That was useful because that was effectively the main Spanish threat in the Med. But now that's been dealt with, I think our plan is a good one, to blockade the ports and then land at Naples. It might bring us into conflict with the Papal States. I'll bring in their big gun ships. Rest I'm going to cash in. 7,500 we gained from that.
Orders. Prepare.
Raid Syracuse. Let's raid Taranto. Taranto is already occupied. Let's get back to Cartagena. So not everything we did in the not everything we did previously was going to be implemented. There'll be things that I didn't want to doing.
Lord.
You're nearly done. Things I didn't do was over here in India.
Your orders, Your Majesty.
Well, I need to disband the guns. Disband the guns, get some better ones. Something like that. Cool. Right, so. This is all dealt with. These are all dealt with. Let's recruit the sloops, because we're going to need sloops in all the ports. Although I'd rather use one militiaman.
Waiting for orders.
Can.
Men, forward.
Rid of one of these sloops being recruited. Nice. I mean, I probably do want.
Your Majesty.
I suppose you chaps can work your way up towards the Plains Nations, but then again, what's their alliance structure look like? The Dakota. Oh, they have no allies. Okay, let's
Ready and await.
do that then.
Forwards.
Upgrade the armory. Let's upgrade the Weaver's Cottage, and then that's every. They're all just recommendations that my spy has done a very good job. Yeah, we could do with something a little more permanent, but if we take Naples, Naples is a good region. Well, when you've got ports here rather than shipyards. See if we can trade with Mysore. No, they are good friends with the Marathas and the not. They do not want us to
Aye, aye, sir.
become too friendly.
Destination ahoy!
We're not far off of wanting to start the war against the Marathas, but the main thing is going to be the big challenge there is going to be seeing what their alliance structure looks like. Good upgrades. Mexico, let's upgrade the magistrate immediately to a warehouse, just because I think we're not so bothered about military apartments and recruitment cost and the military hospital. We're not so unhappy that we need extra happiness. Whereas the warehouse provides some happiness bonuses plus a good chunk of income. Soup, Tampico, Pico repair. More big killers. So let's get you guys to Cartagena instead, rather than meeting up. All just combine support.
Ship's orders, Captain. Any orders?
0.7. That. Here in India.
Yes, sir.
That's hot. I mean, they are kind of limited in what all units they can actually recruit. They are just going to be colonial units. Got a unit of Bengal artillery on here. Isaac. Get. General Staff. Elephant. Dancers. Talk about Sipahi. There. Oh, maybe that's probably just a... Upgrade the gem mine, upgrade the watermill.
Make ready.
I think now might be the time. Spain, not a problem. France, not a problem. Mysore, not a problem. Sweden is the problem. A lot of troops they've got up here. What's our relationship like? Friendly. Give them a set of fine China. Reminds me, I need to try and new America's minister. If I can butter Sweden up, we can
Ship's orders,
we can hope that they pick us rather than the Marathas. Or they choose to break their alliance with the Marathas. If they do not, that could cause some problems. It will hit our balance of trade immediately. There is a gamble to be struck. New town emerges, Puerto Barrios, Guatemala. send this sloop over to Puerto Barrios instead.
Ready and awaiting orders. Hard Lord. Ready and waiting for orders.
Alright. Check. Plus. Port. There we go. Oh, we never moved the sloop over. Go. Wasp.
Yes, Captain.
Guard ship for Rio de la Hacha.
Your orders, Your Majesty.
Waiting on the last of your Royal British Grenadiers. Rip the bandage off. Let's see what happens. Yes! Sweden broke their alliance with the Marathas.
Beat to quarters. Enemy sail.
That's just a bunch of brigs, right? Keep them aside.
Are ours.
I'm going to claim the brigs,
Yes, my lord.
not because I actually want them, but because I can dispatch them to blockade enemy ports.
All hands make ready. Prepare for action, you scurvy dogs.
Aha.
Orders. Make ready. Clear decks for battle.
There we go. Nearly, but we do have another fleet.
Prepare.
Blockade Calicut. Those are all of the developed ports for India under occupation.
Ready and awaiting orders.
Nothing I can do to upgrade.
orders,
Does
Your
maybe your
Majesty.
Beardley go on the offensive to attack?
Teach them.
Potentially, that's a whole lot of nothing. So we could
Behind women.
do some real damage to them right there. I think what we also want to do. Ronald Webb.
Awaiting. Ready and waiting for orders.
Start recruiting another force. So I think over here, marine batteries are better than 12-pounder English field battery. Get a 6-pounder, then a 24-pounder. Let's get Great Plains Scout, regular cavalry, Colonial Horse, Regiment of Dragoons, plus Tribal Auxiliary, Colonial Grenadier, plus 60th Grenadiers. Start building up a new American army. This another general, Heliotrope Horde, Heliotrope Stumbles.
More orders.
Awful lot like Benedict Arnold. £4 for the range. Is. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not the infantry. Maybe not even most of. Oh, bit of a. Ah. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
this is not good at all because that is the third crash to desktop I've had in this session, which is
Form line for
not good because I've not had very many crash to desktops in the past in general playing this mod, but to have 3 in such short succession, that's not good. So I've got some chopping to do of some of these episodes, of some of these parts. So I've tried to roughly do the same thing again. I've not built the army in Britain. That's what I was doing when it crashed. So whether or not that has something to do with it, I don't think it does, but I haven't got around to doing it. But looking at the timer, or what I think the timer is, I think it's time to end the episode. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you next time for more Great Britain adventures. Cheers, everyone.